Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Built Different. Today we're going to do basic back blast. Think about it along the lines of going to the gym and having to work one body part, and the gym is crowded and you've got to focus on your back. Now, what I like to do when I approach the back is I like to focus on exercises where I can really feel the muscle-mind connection. I talk about this all the time with you guys and how we eliminate the ego and we don't lift heavy. As it relates to the back, a muscle group that we really can't see and really have to feel, we have to focus predominantly on exercises that will engage our back muscles at different levels. So I'm going to do 3 exercises. You guys have probably done them before. I'm going to do 3 exercises in my superset that I love to do, this giant superset. And if you stick around and watch the rest of this video to the end, I'm going to do a 4th bonus exercise that I love doing by itself on its own that really engages the back. So I'm going to get started. I warmed up a little bit already for you guys. And what I've set up already is I've set up the cross lat pull down bar here. And the first exercise I'm going to do is I'm just going to really just stretch my lats out a little bit with this exercise. Now you guys have seen me do this with a rope a lot, but I'm doing it on this bar. Again, I'm just doing something different. I'm thinking outside the box. I'm at the gym. I want to focus on one particular area. I'm in a corner of the gym by myself, a commercial gym, and I want to move as quickly as I can through these exercises. So I'm going to go, I want to get at least 12 to 16 reps. Okay, think of this, all right? 12 to 16 reps per exercise. So I'm going to do 12 to 16 reps of this exercise. We're going to run into the next exercise, maybe 15, 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds of rest in between going to each new exercise in the giant set. But after I finish the 3 in one, maybe I rest about a minute or 2, depending upon how I feel, until I go up again. So let's get started. Right now I'm going to do what I call like this close, put my hands in, and I kind of stick my butt out, and I'm doing this type of stretch exercise. And I find that by doing this particular exercise, I can really engage my lats, and I have a nice stretch and good range of motion, and I start to connect my mind with my lats as I'm working the volume and the blood into the lats. Great starter exercise. Like I said, a lot of you guys have probably seen me do this with the rope. You can do it with the rope, but you can also do it with a bar. It doesn't have to be this long bar, but I'm using this long bar because I'm going to do something else with this long bar. But for purposes of this particular exercise, it works fine. I try to get, like I said, I'm not going heavy. I think I maybe have 30 or 40 pounds on here to start, and I want to get at least 12 to 16. Now from here, what I'll end up doing is now I'm going to work what I like to work on the bar again. I'm going to work the outside, but what I see a lot of you guys doing, and I'm obviously going to add more weight to this. Yeah, I was at 50, so I'll start it at 85. All right, so what I see with a lot of you guys in the gym when you start this exercise or when you do this exercise, and there's different bars across the way that you can use, is I see a lot of this. See a lot of swinging, seeing a lot of the bringing in the shoulders, bringing in the hips, bringing in the core. And you know, what do you want to engage? You want to engage your lats. So how are you going to do that? Well, you got to think about the mind-muscle connection. So for me, I'm a little bit outside of my shoulders with regard to this grip, and I'm thinking of a hinge type motion. And what I want to do is I want to bring it down this way. Okay, so just think about leading with your elbow as you move the weights. And that's how you have to consider when you're working back. You're really leading with your elbow. And so coming down here, I've got my back somewhat in a angled state, but not much. You know, this may be 90, maybe I'm about 80, 85. And what I want to do is I want to bring the bar to my chest. So I'm coming down and I'm like a peacock. I'm sticking my chest out as I come down. And what I'm focusing on, not only bringing it to my chest and having my chest come out, I'm also focusing on my form with leading with my elbows as I come down. So it's kind of like a right angle with your arms as you come down in this position. And by doing it this way, you can really feel how you're engaging your lats in this particular exercise. I love doing this exercise. Again, it really requires you to thoughtfully approach it and not go heavy and swing the weight down. You're really focusing on the pump and the volume. Again, 12 to 16 reps of this exercise, and let it stretch you up and out to about here. You don't want to go all the way up like that because you want to have that engagement. So as you bring it down here, your body weight will bring it to a place where you're comfortable with a little bit of the stretch depending upon your range of motion. But again, lead with the elbows down and have your chest come out as it touches across the top of your chest. Again, 12 to 16 reps. From here, we're going to go another exercise. And some guys like to do it inside with their hands, with their palms facing, out. Some like to go inside. I'm going to go inside this time with this particular exercise as number 3. I'm in. So here where I was with the other exercise, now I'm going to go in here. So I'm going to bring it in here. And again, I'm going to go down. The weight's the same for now. And I'm just about, I'd say, shoulder width, maybe a little bit inside of my shoulder, just right around shoulder width. And again, I'm in that position where I'm not all the way back like this, and I'm not too far up like this, maybe 80, 85. I'm going to again lead with my elbows and bring this thing down to here and then up. Now in this particular exercise, because my arms and my range of motion is different, I bring this just a little bit lower to my chest. But again, I'm sticking that chest out and I'm focusing on bringing those elbows in as a lead. And I'm kind of hinging down, straight down like this as I do this motion. And you're gonna feel the engagement more in your mid and lower lats when you do it this way. And again, 12 to 16 reps in this giant set. So here, let's continue on. And again, I kind of like stick my chest out as I go back and forth. Again, range of motion, and I'm really thinking about my back as I bring this thing down. I can't see my back, but I'm thinking about it, and I can feel it for sure as I do this. And when you lead into the third exercise in this giant set, you're gonna feel it. And you're gonna really start to feel not only the pump, but you're gonna feel how it's engaging these lats and your back. So after you do this, 12 to 16 times, you take a break. Take a little bit of a break, guys, and then you're gonna start all over again. Some guys have asked me, Keith, how long do you go in between the breaks? It could be a minute. It depends how I feel. It could be a minute and a half. Maybe I need a little bit more time. I sure as hell am not gonna be sitting on my phone waiting in between my next set. I'll tell you that much, that I see you guys, not you guys, but I see some guys doing that stuff. I hope it's not any of our followers or our subscribers. But for purposes of this exercise and the time frame and the delay and going back and forth, I suggest, you get your breath because you're doing a giant set. Now, here's where it really kicks in. How many giant sets you're gonna do? I always say 4 to 6, 4 to 6, 4 being the minimum. And approaching that the same way you approach the other exercises, and what I mean by that is you're not gonna go up too heavy. You're gonna have to stagger it. Now, for purposes of this exercise here, you can't really go that heavy. You can't, like I was on 85 for this exercise, when I was doing the other two. I need to move it back up. I'll go to say 50 on this to start my next part of the giant set as I come down, because I'm gonna get that pump already and I'm gonna feel good. Now, yeah, I could have done 80 and move it down and pushed it, but I don't need to, because the way I view this particular exercise as part of the giant set is that this is just another engagement to keep the blood flowing and keep me in that zone as I'm working my back, because I'm hitting multiple areas of my back with these 3 exercises. So again, 12 to 16 as we move to set 2 in this giant set. We're gonna focus again on our back. We're gonna focus again on the muscle connection. We're gonna focus again on the range of motion. And even here, what I'm doing is I'm kind of using my palms as I come down, and I'm not fully locked out like this. I'm in a comfortable athletic position as I bring it down to me, And what I'm doing is I'm kind of like just bringing it down this way in this circular type motion, and I'm kind of arching my back a little bit, keeping my butt back as I do this exercise. I'm not like hunched over this way. I'm not back this way. I'm kind of in an athletic type position with my butt out, and I'm bringing it down. Again, controlling the weight, controlling the range of motion, and you're gonna get the full engagement of the muscle when you do it this way. All right, then we move into the second exercise, right guys? Again, we're gonna go up in weight, but we've got to be mindful, we're in the second set of our giant set, so we're not gonna go crazy because we know we wanna finish at least 4 of this superset, and maybe we're feeling strong. Maybe as we continue on, maybe we'll do 5, but I want a minimum of 12 to 16 reps in this particular giant set. So, okay, again, we're gonna go out. And again, as far as how we do this, we can't approach this thing because we're gonna start to get tired that we're gonna start swinging. We really need to focus on the form and really concentrate on the connection. It's crucial, guys, as you do these exercises to really benefit and gain. So again, I'm coming down, I'm leading with my elbows, and I'm popping my chest out like a peacock, right? And this one, as opposed to the third one we'll do in this giant set, is a little bit more on my upper chest that I'm bringing the bar to. Really good exercise. I love this giant set. I love working the back. I really love working the back. Great muscle group to work. And from here, we go inside. Again, with the inside grip, you can do it this way. I don't like it. You can do it this way. People say, well, that engages your bicep. Who cares? So it engages your bicep a little bit. But if you focus on bringing it down with your elbow, instead of gripping it so much with your wrist and your arm, you're in a better position to be able to really nail it on the lats. So again, down here, we're bringing it down. Lead with the elbows down, just a little bit under your chest. And again, I'm feeling it, guys. I'm starting to feel it already into the second set of this giant superset. All right, so we'll do 12 to 16, feeling good. I'll work this, don't need to bore you and have you guys watch me go through the whole thing. But with this exercise, again, I'm shooting for 12 to 16 reps per exercise. There are 3 exercises in this superset, and I want to get at least 4 to 6 sets done of the superset, the giant superset. Now, for my subscribers and my followers who decided to wait and wanted to, see my, let's just say, one of my favorite back exercises, I'm glad you stuck around because this is one of my favorites. And I think a subscriber, somebody mentioned something. Some people call it RDLs, some people call it Romanian deadlifts or something like that. I call it like a bent over, it's kind of like a bent over row. But for purposes of, let me show you what I'm doing. And I think here that we could see, yeah, all right, good. We've got a good view here. So I'm using the Smith machine for this. You can use a barbell. I hate barbells, but for this particular exercise, you can use a barbell. You can use dumbbells as well. But I think the Smith rack works the best because it keeps you aligned and it allows you to stay in a certain motion. So what I'm doing with this exercise is I'm gonna get myself in a grip, put myself in a grip in which my hands are just about outside, a little bit outside of my shoulders from a width perspective. And I'm gonna get myself, my butt sticks out in an athletic type position again. And I'm gonna grab the weights and I'm gonna bring them up like this. And again, leading with my elbows. That's the trick with regard to back. Leading with my elbows as I bring it up and down and up and feeling that contraction and that stretch. So let me put some weight on this Smith machine now, just to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing. And with this exercise, as a finish exercise, I would do at least 4, sometimes 5, and at least 14 to 16 reps of this. So finishing off, if I did that, did a giant superset of that, I'd finish off with this, and I'd do at least 14 to 16 reps, maybe 5, probably about 5 sets here. All right, guys, with this particular exercise, again, on the Smith machine, let me just show you the approach. Get yourself in an athletic position. I'm about a little bit more than shoulder width apart. My butt's out as I'm bringing it down. And what I love about this exercise, I'm leading with my elbows back and forth, up and down. And this exercise is great because this exercise, again, with the Smith machine, allows me to stay in a certain line as I bring it up, and I can really control the weight. And what I'm doing with this exercise, leading with my elbows, is I'm really focusing on my back to get a pump, and I'll get a stretch as it comes down to about here. And as I pull it up and lead with my elbows, I can really feel that engagement of my lats in my back. And again, you need to be really careful with this exercise with your back because you don't want to strain it. You need to make sure your back is in an athletic position. I like to have my back arched just a little bit. You don't want to hunch over like this because you could really hurt your back. You've got to be in a position in which you're able to engage your lats properly. It's a great exercise. Like I said, with this exercise, be sure to do at least 14, 16 reps in the set, at least 5, I would say at a minimum 5 sets. And it's a great finishing exercise. From a weight perspective, start light and work your way up because it's going to get heavier, especially towards the end of your back session. So be careful as you approach this. Some people may want to do this maybe in the middle when they're warmed up. I wouldn't suggest you start with this exercise. You should be doing different types of exercises and get yourself warmed up before you move to this. Finishing it off with this, I like to do that because I feel like I finished strong, but you also have to be careful if you're tired and you worked your butt off doing a giant set, you may not want to do this exercise. You may want to do this exercise as a second, like I said, a second or third, and then go into something else. Guys, humbled, over 30,000 strong. We're growing. We got people all over the world. I'm here to help. I'm here to support. I'm here to motivate. I'm here to educate. You guys have had some great questions. I've got a lot more content coming. If you guys have specific protocols or things you'd like to go over, shoot me a DM. I try to answer everything for you. For the subscribers that are new to the channel, you can look and you can see I try and answer everything. I try to be as thoughtful as possible for you guys as I explain things. We are built different. This is the brand. This is who we are. We're older guys. We're not that old. We got a lot more living to do, but we've all gone through our own personal journeys in life. We have our own physical ailments. We have our own different types of range of motion issues, and we have our challenges. But the one thing that bleeds in us all is our love for fitness and our love for longevity and our love for discipline. And that's what the channel is all about. We're here to support each other. We're not here to vilify each other. We're not here to judge each other. We're here to support each other. The trolls that come on and try to criticize steroids, talk about this stuff and the other stuff, I'm there to try to educate you because a lot of guys think that this idea of you're being natural or you're not a natty, what the hell does that mean? You know, frankly, I get confused with all this. At the end of the day, we're older. We have hormone imbalance. We're losing our testosterone as we get older. So what are we going to do about it? Just like a diabetic needs insulin, we need hormone replacement. So if it's medically required and medically approved, you can get hormone replacement. Go and get your testosterone. Go and get your blood checked. Go get your testosterone checked. And if you need testosterone replacement, get it. It's not only for building muscles, guys. It's for your brain. Some of you guys may be in a brain fog. You don't even realize it. It has a lot to do with clarity. It has a lot to do with overall bodily functions. I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you guys from experience and what I'm going through and what I've gone through from a transformation perspective, the testosterone replacement therapy was one of the best things I ever did. That coupled with my peptide regime that my wife manages, I'm in it, you know, the best shape of my life, and I've never felt better with the clarity, with my ability to work, with my ability to multitask, do these different things, be on the channel, work out, have the law practice, build out, build different. I feel totally blessed, and I want to share this with you guys. Remember, it's not only working out, and it's also not only testosterone replacement if that's where you're at. It's a lifestyle change. You have to think about it because you got 23 hours outside of the gym that you have choices that you have to make. And if you're not making good choices, it doesn't matter how much you train, you're not going to get anywhere. So that includes your diet. Heavy into the diet, guys. I can't tell you how many people I see drink. Culturally, it's an issue. I know that. But your alcohol intake is stymieing your gains to the nth degree. Same thing with your food choices. Fried foods, seed oils, these enriched flours and carbs. You guys got to stay away from that stuff. Whole foods, organic foods, steak, meat, potatoes. That's how you got to look at this stuff. Keep it simple and it'll be easier for you to manage and track. Breakfast, make it boring. I eat eggs every damn day. A little bit of sourdough toast. That's it. Don't deviate. Lunch, keep it simple. I eat chicken breast. I keep it simple. I know my macros. I want to get close to 200, at least 200 grams of protein in, maybe a little bit more on a daily basis. I like to run at a caloric deficit so that I can keep the monster going, keeping my metabolism moving forward. You guys know what you're eating, and if you don't know what you're eating, write it down. You know you're cheating, you know you indulge here and there. And if you work your ass off in here, and then you go out and you eat cheeseburgers every day, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm not saying don't do something, once or twice a week, or do not even once or twice a week, once or twice every couple of weeks, or, a special occasion, but just manage it accordingly. Don't go every day eating crap. And if you do that, you are going to get your gains and you're going to be better for it, and you're going to reach the goals that you want to reach with your longevity. We can't metabolize alcohol like we did when we were younger. We can't metabolize foods like we did when we were younger. We have to think outside the box. We're built different. So in order to do that, we need to be thoughtful with our approach. Same way we're attacking the gym, we have to attack our dietary needs and our health needs. That's why I am so passionate about the platform and why I like to share this stuff with you guys. No question is a stupid question. Ask me a question. If I don't know the answer, I'll try and find it for you. Remember, guys, like, subscribe. I'm on all the platforms, Instagram, TikTok, but YouTube is where I post as much as I can with regard to the videos. Remember, we're built different. I appreciate all your support and a lot more coming.